What modern movies will be considered classics in 30 years? No Country for Old Men, Mean Girls, Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal, an underrated gem. Everything Pixar, those are already classics. True. The Cornetto trilogy, I hope The World's End gets more love over time. I think it's arguably the most well-crafted one. And people seem to unanimously think it's the worst. To be fair, being the worst of that trilogy still leaves it miles ahead of 95% of films. There Will Be Blood, truly our millennial Citizen Kane. This is the consensus, and I'm not challenging it. But I don't understand the love for this movie. Impeccable acting, beautifully shot, great soundtrack. But I found the story so boring. I think I get what it was saying about capitalism and religion, but there's nothing all that new or interesting about it. I'm 14 and this is deep level stuff. Other than that, it just seemed like watching a psychopath grind it out for 30 years. I'll probably give it a watch, so I'd love to hear what you, or others, enjoyed about it. Parasite, a classic indeed, appeals throughout mankind across cultures. Inception, could be that something similar is invented, and they laugh at our interpretation of it. Inception is truly excellent on all levels. So well done. Unpopular opinion, but I think Frozen will be something little kids will watch for a long time. Plus all the girls that just started college for equestrian studies that watch that movie at least twice a day. I can see Frozen being like Little Mermaid was for 90s kids. You spelled Lion King wrong. What We Do in the Shadows. I would say that pretty much all of Taika Waititi's films could be considered modern classics. I think Jojo Rabbit is still the standout, even though I prefer Hunt for the Wilder People. All of Wes Anderson's works, especially Moonrise Kingdom and the Grand Budapest Hotel. I can see Life Aquatic being a cult classic. I definitely feel like it's become that now. The Red Banners are iconic. Django Unchained. Favorite movie of all time. The table scene where he cuts his hand is one of my favorite pieces of cinema of all time. Is Hot Fuzz modern? Because yes. To that come to mind are Nightcrawler and Hell or High Water. I watched Hell or High Water on a whim one night knowing nothing about it. Fantastic movie, nailed the modern western. If you liked it, you should definitely see Sicario and Wind River. Both have the same writer as OHW, and he also directed Wind River. Where's the love for The Matrix? It's already a classic. I hope it's in the National Film Registry. If that doesn't make it a classic, I don't know what would. Mad Maximum Fury Road. If I had to name a favorite film of all time, this is it. What a ride. Still kicking myself for missing it in the theater. Even though I saw the trailer in the theater and was blown away by sound design and action. Nope. Saw it during an Air Canada flight, on the back of an airplane seat display, on a 4.5-inch screen with crummy earphones. Fantastic movie. Kicking myself. Inglourious Bastards. Edit, spelling, or Tarantino movies in general. I have to say I really don't get the love for Tarantino. While his movies are each individually pretty good, they are also similar. Take a Hollywood trope, dial the violence up to 11, sprinkle some homages to classic Hollywood movies and it's a wrap. I kind of feel that he could have called it a day after Pulp Fiction, and not a great deal of value would have been lost. The Cabin in the Woods. While I love this movie, I don't think it will become a classic. It's a deconstruction of horror movie tropes and a love letter to them at the same time. Nothing was really groundbreaking which would make it a classic IMHO. Interstellar. The real gravity is the love we felt along the way. District 9. Shrek. From masterpiece to classic. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. The Lighthouse. Drive. One of my favorites. In terms of being great cinema, Blade Runner 2049. Marvel movies in general will probably be classics, just because of how prevalent and popular they are. The MCU is definitely the current set of blockbusters that will hold up over time. I think people will have strong nostalgia for them, and while others may disagree, none of them are outright bad. It'll definition be a Star Wars kind of thing, where everyone knows about them, and some people are really into them, and once they eventually run out they'll be brought back for cash later on. Knives Out. I can definitely see Knives Out as one of those movies that was always on TNT back in the day. It will be like Clue. Hereditary. There's one particular visual in that film that I think will end up being a horror icon in years to come. It involves a mannequin. The Martian. Edge of Tomorrow. Elf. You guys. I found Santa. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. If you're really Santa, what song did I sing for you on your birthday last year? The Dark Knight trilogy. Just The Dark Knight. I'd argue and say that both Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises are great too. Obviously not on the same level as Dark Knight, but Begins has more entertainment and comedy whilst Rises is very inspirational. Arrival. Scrolled too long for this. Already a favorite movie for linguistic students / professors. That's how I got to watch it anyway. It's already 18 years old. But Gladiator. 20. Tropic Thunder. Frailty. Super underrated. Did not expect that ending. Sadly I think too few people saw it for generational status. Same for Uncut Gems, which would be my pick if just more people would watch it. It's weird that it's Adam Sandler of all people. Incredible performance. Wolf of Wall Street. Tombstone. Beer Fest. Moonlight 3. Shakes the Clown. Fight Club. Already 20 years old. The Harry Potter movies. Some people will hate me for saying this. Blade Runner 2049. Also, Prisoners and Nightcrawler. Oh no. Prisoners is so ducked in the best way possible. Parasite. It, Get Out, and Us. Agreed. I thought it is one of the most well-made horror films I've ever seen. Can a remake really be a classic if it's a remake of an already considered classic? This isn't a testament to the quality of the movie because I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I feel it's kind of cheating. Of course there is no guideline to what makes a classic, just my $02. Edit. Correction. It's another adaptation of the book more than a remake of the movie. John Wick trilogy. Let's skip that third one, shall we though? Honestly I think the second one makes less sense. Between the clunky introduction on markers and some of the other table rules, and the whole plan to kill one of the members, seems like the story got too complicated too fast for their own good. Baby Driver. Took me too long to find this. The Lighthouse. What a mind duck. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure 3. The Hangover and Bridesmaids. The Witch. Interstellar. Arrival. And this fourth one is kind of cheating because it's a TV show rather than a movie, but Dark. I suspect that may go down in history as one of the greatest TV shows ever made. Dark was so full of atmosphere. It was so good. Another good one is Mr. Robot, if you haven't seen it. Call Me By Your Name. I have yet to see a film more aesthetically pleasing. The soundtrack is really great too. Klaus. The Wolf of Wall Street. Can't hardly wait with Seth Green. Not sure if it's recent enough to be modern, but I'll go for Master and Commander. Martyrs. John Wick. Hopefully Dune. Joker. Personally, I disagree. While Joaquin Phoenix was great in that movie, a lot of the writing was really clunky and heavy-handed. It's one of those movies I really enjoyed watching, but have little desire to watch again. When They See Us. The Room. Inception. TBH. It's either you don't get the movie at all, or completely understand and relate to every single scene. And that ending. Ooh, that ending. Pineapple Express. It was an improv film, but an early improv film, so I'll give it a pass. Am I wrong to think that Pineapple Express was the last big stoner movie? I can't think of any, since that gained as much popularity. I can't think of any stoner movie since actually, which is confirmation of your premise, I guess. Black Panther edit, for its cultural impact. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.